Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I'm so happy to have you here with me this afternoon. If you are new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself, set any intentions to your personal healing or well-being. We're going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. And after that, we will transition into a lovely Reiki session that you'll be able to feel wherever you are and whenever you're watching this. If you'd like to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one session or tarot reading, or if you would like to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description, as are all my social media and my email newsletter. So let's go ahead, take a peek at that grid. I think we have some kitty cat visitors for today, and yeah, let's get into it. It's good to see you all. So yep, Gertie is very interested, and the other day she did jump up and bless the grid. So let's see if she does that again. As usual, we're starting off with a mirror to help reflect and deflect any negative energy. And this spiral here is copper that helps to break up any energy blockages and get the optimal flow of energy going. Do you want to come up? You want to come up? Come on, jump up. Gertie girl, you want to come up? There we go. Yeah. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's so cute, baby. Yes, you are. Yes, you are very cute. Yes, you can stay on my legs. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. There we go. Oh, there we go. Just until your sister gets angry that you're on my lap. Yeah. They've had their snack times and we're all ready to go. So let's see what we got here. Joanna, Flower, Lori, Dell, Grace, I hope you're doing well, Chris, Tabs. Awesome. So we're off to a good start. Yeah. So of course this is Friday, so there'll be this live stream here now, and then there'll be another one at 8 p.m. Same style, same breakdown and everything. But let's start to build this grid with all of your requests. Oh, awesome. Yeah, Tabs, I followed your Instagram back. Absolutely. All the best to you as you build your tarot business. I'm so happy for you. Retention of learned information, focus, manifestation, imagination, creativity, and connection with the guides. Absolutely. So let's bring in some azurite. That's good for creativity and connection with your guides. Retention of information, pyrite, and let's see. Oh, we've got a purring kitten. Here, I'll turn down the background music so you can hear Gertie a little bit more. Let's see. So yeah, we've got those two, and one for focus and manifestation. We'll bring in one of our favorites, Bumblebee Jasper. So Bumblebee Jasper has large amounts of sulfur and arsenic, so definitely be careful with it. This is lovely for boosting anything that you're manifesting, helping to give you lots of encouragement and motivation so that you can really dive into the things that you need to do and that you want to do. It's also really helpful for mental focus. It helps too with yin and yang balance and just general positivity and confidence. So that's super helpful for any kind of, whether it's work at home, like organizing your home or doing like a spring cleaning. That's a lovely stone to work with. For retaining information that you've learned, pyrite is exceptionally helpful for information recall. So if you're studying, this is a lovely stone to work with. Pyrite's also really helpful when it comes to the lungs, fever, abundance. It's fool's gold. We like to think that it attracts the real stuff. Helps too with connection to intuition while also providing protection. And yeah, also helps the body to make the most of a Reiki session. So that is pyrite. Awesome. And azurite, as I mentioned. So this is lovely for creativity and intuition, as well as just insight in general. It helps to awaken our inner spiritual side. It helps us to connect with our guides and guardians and angels as well, and helps us to glean information and learn from them when we are in that intuitive connection. Helpful too for dissolving obstacles and energy blocks, quieting the mind, and spinal alignment and muscle spasms, as well as uncontrolled muscle movements like tics. So yeah, also helps with indecision and worry. So that is azurite. So all the best to you, Tabs. Have an awesome day or shift if you're listening to this on your shift. JS, yay! Oh, awesome. Good to see you. Hope all is going well. Good stuff. So, good to see you, Dell. Let's bring in some of your requests. So if you're new here, you can set a request around the theme, or you can request specific crystals, either one. Or if you have a question, just go ahead and shout it out. Super 7, Indigo, Gabbro, Crazy Lace. Aventurine, Clear Quartz, Kambaba, and Selenite. Awesome. Let's start off with Selenite. So Selenite reflects nothing but pure white light. This helps you to connect with your guides, connect with your angels, and also helps to clear the energy of a space or yourself. You can use it to actually clear your own energy field. It also can help you to clear the energy of crystals. Just put your crystals on it for a few hours and they'll be nice and ready to go. But it's so important for those things that I actually keep a big piece of it just beneath the grid, out of sight for every single grid. So that is selenite. Aventurine helps to encourage you to see beyond any kind of limitations that you may have sort of on the mental block level. So when you need to think about your goals and dreams, especially if you're challenged and think, oh, I can't do that, or I could never learn that, this is a stone that can help you to say, well, maybe I can. Deeply encouraging. Also helps with fertility, eye problems, heart rhythms, and allergies. And little Gertie cat, look at you having bath time there. Indigo Gabbro also goes by the name Mystic Merlinite, and this is what it looks like. Super beautiful, black and purple. This is really helpful for doing that deep look inside yourself and seeing where you might be getting in your own way. Sometimes we have habits or beliefs or assumptions that keep us kind of trapped, and in a way we almost trip ourselves up. This helps to reveal those detrimental tendencies we have so that we can work on them and release them. It's also helpful for period pain, menopause, integrating your spiritual connection, and for intuition, dreams, meditation. So also following your heart. Very helpful for following your heart. So that's Indigo Gabbro. You're stuck on my shirt. Clear Quartz helps to boost the energies and intentions and crystals and stones around it. It's like a blank slate, but also a boost of energy. This is also a stone that you can hold and sit with and put an intention into, allowing it to be like a DIY talisman for healing or manifestation or whatever you're working towards. Wonderful for pretty much any grid. These double terminated points, or like double terminated meaning 2 points, one on each end, they can be really helpful for balancing your chakras. Just put them vertically in the center of your body, and that'll help kind of call in quite a bit of balance. Kambaba stone, often called Kambaba jasper, even though it's not technically speaking a jasper. It's a really powerful stone. This helps with connection to the environment, the ecology, the earth, doing any kind of earth healing or clearing. It's also really helpful for connecting with your ancestors and the ancestral lands that they inhabited, wherever they were from. Helps too with learning, especially things like languages. It's lovely for courage and confidence. It's also thought to help boost the output of crops and plants. And it's lovely too for mental focus and finding patterns and errors in a lot of information. So that is Kambaba stone. Kambaba stone is actually fossilized blue-green algae. So it's a really fascinating stone. Oh, look at, got a little fuzzy there. Hey, hey. Hey, you. There we go. Super 7 is an incredibly potent stone as well. This is lovely for intuition, regardless of how you connect to spirit, how you bring those messages through, whether it's clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. This can really boost whatever you're doing in the intuitive arts. Helps too with working towards larger goals and dreams, things that you have set as a long-term goal and you're working towards to help you make those consistent steps towards your progress. Helpful too for strengthening your energy field, as well as inner peace and harmony and healing of past lives and karmic factors. So that is Super 7, which has 7 different minerals in it. And there we go. And Crazy Lace Agate. This is deeply balancing. It also helps with lots of courage, confidence, and lots of protection. This is another stone that can help with physical energy, giving you a little bit of a boost. It's lovely for skin, eyes, and speech, your ability to speak. And it helps too with the heart and solar plexus, as well as connection to spider. So if you have a fear of or phobia of spiders, or if you feel very close to spider, either way, this can be a really helpful stone. So there we go. That is Crazy Lace Agate. And, oh, and you asked for garnet as well. Garnet is really helpful for courage and creativity, but most of all, practicality. It helps us to find the best way to get things done with the least amount of resources. And those resources absolutely include our time. It's wonderful too for finding balance and strength in times of change. And it can be really helpful for any task that involves organization. So if anybody's doing any cleaning, organizing, rearranging, this can be a lovely stone. Or if you're just looking at like new ways to do old tasks more efficiently, this can be really helpful too. So that's garnet. So awesome. So thank you so much, Del. It's so good to see you. Renee, lovely to see you. Allie, hope you're doing well. Okay, cool. Awesome. So let's see who's next. Let's bring in a few for Chris. So bringing it in for Eva, your dog, who's doing much better. I'm so glad to hear that. Let's do some leopard skin, some emerald, some moonstone, some sapphire, some ruby. Yeah, let's start here. So ruby is lovely to give you the courage you need to just be yourself. And it also lends a lot of leadership skills. Helps too with fibromyalgia pain. And it's lovely for love and fertility, as well as financial stability. Helpful for making decisions, releasing fears, and also keeping nightmares at bay. So that is ruby. So we'll go ahead and bring some ruby in here. go. Sapphire is another stone that's really potent for intuitive work. This more specifically for things like channeling and mediumship and directly connecting with your guides and angels. It's also really helpful for things like calling on justice to be speedy, and helpful for the thyroid, eyes, and ears. It's thought to be supportive as well for folks with dementia, as well as those who care for and about them. Lovely too for envisioning a positive outcome when things are kind of up in the air, lots of change, maybe you're not in control of everything. It helps you to keep that optimism alive at those times. So that is sapphire. Moonstone is helpful for connection to the rhythms and patterns of nature, and absolutely that includes the lunar cycles. So if you do any kind of full moon or new moon magic, I definitely recommend some moonstone. It's also helpful for calling on true love relationships, soulmate type relationships, for connecting with women's spirituality and wellness practices, for protection of women as well as travelers, for connection to the sacred, the divine feminine, and also for help sort of accepting divine timing even when it doesn't line up with our preferred timing, which is not easy. Great too just for intuition and also releasing habits. So that is moonstone. Moonstone can look a lot of different ways, and moonstone and labradorite are very closely related. Next is leopard skin jasper, which is very helpful for animal companions, helping to create a space of well-being and healing for them. It's also helpful for the skin and coordination as well as balance. Helpful too for attracting a soulmate. So let's go ahead and bring this in. I love leopard skin jasper for animals. There we go. And emerald can be really helpful for the lungs and the entire cardiopulmonary system. If you've been trying to get over a cold, this can be helpful even for the sinuses. It's wonderful too for healing skin and tissue, reinvigorating your passions in life. And it's also really helpful for getting some confidence around your appearance, especially those things that you might be really sensitive about. So that is emerald. I'm also going to grab rose quartz for you now. So rose quartz is helpful for replenishing a really depleted emotional heart center. This can be really supportive anytime that you're going through grief, breakup, or just difficulties in life, or anytime that you're making any positive shift in your life, especially when it comes to themes around self-worth and deserving love. This can be really helpful so that you can start to shift from older patterns of feeling unworthy and moving into really being aligned with seeing yourself as a loving and lovable person. So that is rose quartz. Very soothing for the heart center. Awesome. So I will come back for the rest of your requests and keep working them in as we go, but I'm so happy to have you here. Valerie, welcome in. Jane, welcome in. Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, feel free to make any requests for your personal well-being. I'll pick some crystals for you, or you can request specific ones. And I'm just going to go from the top down in requests. We've got plenty of time, so I feel like I'll get through everybody's requests. I almost always do. Let's see what else we have next. So I am doing well. Thanks for asking, Lori. And Lori has some requests. Jade, Larimer, Opal. Jade, Larimer, Opal. Rose quartz is there. Emerald's there. Rhodonite. Peacock ore. Azurite's in there. And lapis. Lapis is really helpful for pain and inflammation, and it's also helpful for moving up the career ladder and even inviting in some new opportunities for work. This is also helpful for vertigo and hearing loss, as well as organization. And it helps with anything around really integrity. So honest, open communication, completing and follow through for things that you've promised or things that are outstanding, and just general personal responsibility. But yeah, lovely stone for so many things. So that is lapis. Let's go ahead and put lapis on top of rose quartz, or sorry, put lapis on top of moonstone. Next we have jade, which is sacred in China, as well as to the Mayans and even the folks of Central America. So there we have it. So jade is helpful for just general balance and well-being on the body, mind, and spirit levels. It's helpful for working towards your dreams and goals and making them come alive. Helpful for resourcefulness, confidence, and it really is excellent when it comes to grounding stress. Helpful too for empowerment and prioritizing yourself where needed. Also, if you do any kind of dream work, like if you do intuitive work in your dream time, jade can be particularly helpful there as well. So that's jade. Larimer is actually what I'm wearing today. This helps with connection to your spiritual purpose and with basically embracing your spiritual purpose in your own unique way with confidence and bringing it forward into the world in a way that feels right to you. Everyone's spiritual path is unique and different, and that path is not broken for us. We're breaking it as we go. So this gives you the confidence and that sort of like pioneering attitude where you feel like, I feel empowered to make the changes I need to make. I feel empowered to present things the way that I connect with them. So it's one of spiritual pioneering. So let's go ahead and bring in Larimer. Larimer is only found in the Dominican Republic as of right now, unless it's found somewhere else. It's the only place to get it. We've also got opal. This is fire opal. This is outstanding for connection to spirit as well as spiritual protection and even calling in abundance. When it comes to protection, many shamanic cultures felt that this was a stone that helped to protect anyone doing that spiritual work, to keep them cloaked or invisible in a sense to any entities that might cause them harm while they're doing good. So that is opal. I also have this beautiful opal ring here. Courtesy of High Art at Etsy, my friend Janie. Rhodonite is another stone that can be really helpful for the lungs, as well as allergies, asthma, anything autoimmune, all of which are big for me. So I work with this stone a lot. It also helps with overcoming emotional pain and grief and difficulty, especially a broken heart, helping you to open your heart to love again when you feel ready. It's lovely for dealing with the sort of debris and fallout from past emotional abuse, and it can be really helpful when dealing with any kind of insecurities. So that is rhodonite. Rhodonite is also a lovely stone when it comes to balancing yin and yang energies within the body. So let's see if we've got some room for it here. We'll make some room for it if we have to. And sometimes this stone is more black than pink. Sometimes it's more pink than black. It can look quite different. So there we go. So that's rhodonite. Peacock ore helps with redefining yourself and sort of like a rebirth if you're ready to put past in the past and rebuild yourself anew, taking a new step in a different direction. Very, very helpful. Also helpful with literal birth and giving birth, as well as executive function. That's high-level planning and thinking things through from a distance, like a future thinking and forward thinking, big level planning. So even if you're just losing things all over the place, this can be a really potent stone to help you with that. So that is peacock ore. This also goes by chalcopyrite. So I'll put it here for now. I'll work it into the grid towards the end, just seeing where we have room for it. But it is so beautiful to see you, Lori. Lots of love to you. Lila Ray. Mary, welcome in. Ah, like a fairy granting all of our wishes. I hope they come true. If I really could like enforce that they happen, that would be lovely. But unfortunately, it's not that easy. Awesome. Oh, I'm loving the chat. Awesome. Everybody hanging out. Such a lovely group of people that always feel so attracted here. And I'm so grateful for it and for all of you. Let's see. Grace, please send me Reiki for bad cough and getting better soon. Absolutely. Emerald is helpful. Pyrite and rhodonite are both helpful. Green kyanite is also really helpful. So green kyanite helps the throat, chest, lungs, helpful for asthma, cold, upper respiratory stuff, as is emerald. But this is a lovely stone too for balancing our spiritual side with our kind of mundane everyday life. Lovely too for gaining wisdom through our intuition and connecting with the plants and nature, which can be kind of hard to come by this time of year in our hemisphere. It gets a little cold, a little less green. So let's go ahead and bring this in. So that should hopefully help. I'm also going to bring in some carnelian. Carnelian is thought helpful for things like colds. It's also lovely for healing wounds and anything having to do with relationships or fertility. This is the stone that resonates the most with the sacral chakra, which is just beneath the navel and encompasses everything about relationships, from how we relate to society and the world around us, all the way down to our most intimate personal relationships. This also covers sexuality and even attracting a mate, as well as creativity. So that's carnelian. But yeah, this helps colds too. So I hope you feel better. So sorry you're not feeling well. And you might just barely hear it. Gertie is snoring. So you may just barely hear it. Okay, let's also do moss agate. Moss agate helps any kind of infection, illness, anything that's spreading through the body quickly that shouldn't be there in the first place. This can be really helpful for. It's also lovely for connection to nature, releasing fears of the unknown, doing any kind of higher self or inner child work, and it's lovely for feeling connected to spirit and unconditional love. So that is moss agate, a true healer of body, mind, and spirit. So I hope you feel better soon. Okay, cool. So next we've got Joanna, something for heart opening. You're doing a heart opening meditation retreat on Zoom tomorrow and Sunday. Oh, I'm excited for you. That sounds like so much fun. So let's think of our good ones. So we've got rose quartz. Let's bring in pink kunzite. I think this will be probably the most helpful. Pink kunzite is a really lovely stone, a warm and healing stone of the heart center. This helps with compassion for others, compassion for ourselves. It helps with attracting commitment-based love and also opening up to love again after heartache and heartbreak, which this can also help to heal. It's lovely for hormones, chemical sensitivities and allergies, neuralgia, as well as new moms, sleepless babies, and even toxic work environments. I often feel like very close to the Kuan Yin when I hold pink kunzite. So I'm just going to bring that in here. Yeah, that's a powerful heart opener. And let's see if anything else pops up. let's do a good stone for meditation for you too. Let's bring in some pre-night for you. Pre-night helps to hold a lovely space of teaching and learning anything spiritual or holistic. It's lovely for connection to intuition, especially things like lucid dreaming, anything that's like a diligent practice. Lovely too for meditation. It helps to kind of calm a wandering mind. Lovely too for anemia, gout, kidneys, the bladder, and also to refuse any unfair demands. So that is pre-night. So I hope that that helps. I'll put that on top of rose quartz for now. But I hope that that helps your retreat. Enjoy and definitely tell us how it works out for you. Oh, intentions for JS. Settling into your new home. Congratulations. And new positive connections. New positive connections sounds like a honey calcite. Anything in support of tarot readings for others. Yeah, we've got, okay, so Super 7 is in there, Pyrite's in there, Sapphire and Pre-Night are in there. What's another good intuitive stone? There's some good ones here. Let's do let's bring in a couple. So first, let's bring in honey calcite. This helps with calling in the best people in your life right now that are most balanced with you. This stone helps to balance the solar plexus, the center of self and personal identity, along with the center of relationships, the sacral. And it also helps with calling on those people that would be best in your life right now, whether they're new neighbors, new colleagues, or new romantic interests. Also helpful for postmenopausal women and for optimism, even in challenging times. Iolite is really helpful for shamanic work, intuition, and clairvoyance, our spiritual sight, so that'll help with tarot as well. It also helps with money management, fever, and it's thought to help weight loss as well. So that is Iolite. And Herkimer diamond. Herkimer diamond is lovely for manifesting, feeling connected to spirit, for unlocking our intuition, and also really helpful for balancing and harmonizing discordant energy. Lovely for being in the present moment and helping to invite a lovely time to relax. So we will bring this in. It's also helpful for metabolism. So that is Herkimer diamond. So that'll help with the intuition as well as just holding a good space. So yeah, I hope that that helps. And let's see, that'll help too with the vibes for your home more than anything is the Herkimer diamond. Yeah, awesome. And let's see. I don't know if this is necessarily needed, but it can't hurt. And this is Desert Rose Selenite. As far as real estate and things, this can help with finding a place to live, and it can also help with any paperwork around that, whether that's like mortgage stuff or lease type things for an apartment. Either way, this is helpful. Lovely too for making big life changes through small, consistent effort, for redefining ourselves, for perseverance in school and learning, and it's also helpful for upset stomach, the skin, and fighting viruses. Helpful too for men's health as well as animal wellness. So that is desert rose selenite. So I hope everything goes well in your new space. Congratulations, and I hope it feels like home soon. Awesome. Hey, Kanta. Oh, you hear the snoring? Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay. Renee, salutations. Hope you all are well. I am. Thank you. Hope the rest of you are too. Something for energy and motivation for this move and in general. So definitely Bumblebee Jasper. Let's also bring Polychrome Jasper. Start here. So Polychrome Jasper is one that can help us to feel encouraged to dive on in, get things done. It's very motivating, but it also helps us to physically move. It supports the joints, and it supports like having us feel like we want to shake off the apathy and like get into it and start getting things done. It's also helpful for self-confidence and reigniting our sort of soul's purpose. So that is Polychrome Jasper. There we go. Let's actually do that. And here we go. Wonderful. So Polychrome Jasper. And Tiger Iron, which we're just starting to work with here. Tiger Iron is tiger eye with hematite and sometimes even red jasper in it. It helps with it's thought to help with balancing and clearing the blood. Hematite's long been associated with the blood, and it's lovely for relieving fatigue and boosting energy. It helps with emotional balance and clear thinking. It's lovely for sort of minding your own motivations and not taking on the trouble of others. It helps with like good energy boundaries overall. Lovely for nervous kids and nervous animals, as well as boosting survival instincts and balancing the root with the solar plexus chakra. Root is basic needs, primal urges, fight or flight, and solar plexus is your center of self, personal identity, free will, and how you want to move forward in life, your motivations and desires. Lovely too for creativity. So between the like focus and boosting energy and letting go of fatigue, I hope that this is helpful. So I'll bring that in. So that's Tiger Iron. And yeah, I hope that that helps. We've also got Garnet and Ruby, which will help with like the organizing side of things and like thinking of big picture, as well as chalcopyrite. So all the best to you as you continue on with your move. Desert Rose Selenite will also help with any paperwork there too. So good to see you as always. And Jane, it's so good to see you too. Crystal that supports good organization. The best ones for organization are lapis and garnet, as well as dumortierite. Dumortierite is helpful for organization and even general tidiness, like if you're looking to like shift just how you go about things day to day. It's also lovely for relieving resentment, anger, frustration, and helpful for patience, as well as improving any kind of situation that seems beyond hope or beyond reasonable hope. Wonderful for nervous dogs, and it helps you to stand up for yourself whenever needed. It's also lovely for healing ligaments and tendons. So we will bring that in. So that's dumortierite. So let's go ahead and bring this in here. There we go. And let's see if there's anything else that can help with that. I don't think so. I also feel like mahogany obsidian might be a good one to add, and I don't know if I'm getting that intuition directly for you or for someone else here, but you can tell me. Maybe it's a little bit of both. But this is mahogany obsidian. Mahogany obsidian is lovely for like letting go of perfectionism. If a done something is better than a perfect nothing is something that resonates with you, this can be a really lovely stone. It also helps with meeting goals. Like if you've set a goal to organize something, this will help you like live up to that. And it's also lovely for carpal tunnel, pain with teeth and gums, healing the skin, also for releasing any anger or need for approval too. So that is mahogany obsidian. I love working with this stone. A lot of those features really resonate with me. So let's go ahead and put some of that around. There we go. So all the best to you as you get that done. I know it's one of those things, it's hard to do at first, but it's very rewarding. I've been having to reorganize my office here since I moved things around, and it feels so good. Every few steps into like reorganizing is just, it makes everything feel better. Very rewarding. So all the best to you this weekend. And Valerie, you need to get unstuck. Just retired and feeling lost. Have always worked and you're trying to figure it out. Yeah, it's, hey, still not still. Good to see you. Yeah, I can understand. So let's see. Definitely this is helpful for that sense of rebirth and like redefining yourself. This is also helpful for redefining yourself, and that's desert rose selenite. Let's see. Cool. I've got a couple that I think are going to be really helpful for you. So the first is dragon's blood. So this one is really, really helpful with things like grief and loss and not getting lost in self-pity, but more for your particular circumstance. This is lovely for strength and courage to change and create change in your life. It's lovely for learning from any of your mistakes and having patience with yourself. So as you kind of navigate this new path forward, that you'll be able to take some comfort as you take it step by step. Helpful too for the thyroid, immune, and nervous systems. And it's a lot of optimism, happiness, and wisdom too. So that is dragon's blood or dragon stone. The next one is mookaite, which also goes by the name Australia jasper. This helps with accepting change, with making decisions, and it's also lovely for a sense of adventure, for something new. It gives you a lot of motivation, a lot of connection to nature and to the earth. It's lovely for digestive calm and the immune system. It's It's even helpful for bladder pain, and it's lovely for the thyroid and any kind of bloating or circulation issues too. So that is Mookaite. So that's very much like embracing the new outlook on things and having a sense of adventure around it, making it easier to embody that change. And on that note, some picture jasper, which also goes by desert jasper. This helps envision future potential in a big way with a lot of fun. It brings in a lot of visibility of like what you could do. It's wonderful for new adventures, new ventures, like if you started a business or a project. It helps with seeing the big picture overall. And it's lovely for relieving hidden fears and also encouraging connection to new things like moves abroad, or even traveling abroad, or experiencing new cultures or new languages. Helpful too for things like quitting smoking. So I don't know if that impacts anyone here today, but it helps with that too. So that is picture jasper. So all the best to you on your new chapter in your journey. It's exciting and scary, as all new starts are. So I hope that that helps, and welcome in. Allie, anything for lifting vibration in the home? Yeah, usually Herkimer I use because it helps to harmonize discordant energy. Lifting the vibration of the home. Let's bring in some shungite. Yeah, so shungite and smoky quartz I'm going to bring in. So smoky quartz is one that people wanted in their homes since the Middle Ages. This helps with protection and fundamentally shifting energy that you kind of just don't want around, like really changing it for the better. It helps with relieving worry and also with breaking down energy blockages. It's since at least the Middle Ages, this has been used to protect property from theft, and so definitely left around the home. Also helpful for hope in uncertain times, for chronic pain, and for flexibility of both the mind and the body. So that can help. Yeah, this is definitely a stone that can help keep the energy higher over time. Selenite is also like incredibly helpful. I've got huge pieces all around me here for that purpose. And shungite helps to deep clean our energy fields, and it can also help deep clean the energy of a space. It helps to release stress, emotional pain, and energy blocks, and it's lovely for just feeling better after injury, surgery, even an illness. It helps to deep clear that energy field, and also helps with dealing with any kind of electromagnetic fields that are in your way. So if you're someone who's sensitive to the electromagnetic energy of computers or different things around you, shungite's one to keep. And the other one I would say is black tourmaline. That helps keep energy, like negative energy, at bay in a really powerful way. So that's black tourmaline. And this is something that if you ever want to, you can put it around your property line, or even put some like wherever energy kind of enters, like your doorway or anything like that. I've gone so far as to actually like put it, I'm going to put these out here for now. I've gone so far as to actually like crush it up and sew it into curtains, and it works like a charm. But yeah, you can place it anywhere that you want to kind of keep energy from coming at you. So we'll put that out there for now, and we'll kind of work our way in. So I hope that that helps, and lots of love to you, Allie. It's good to see you, Mary. Lila Ray, intentions for safe travels again. Absolutely. We have moonstone in there. Let's also bring in tourmalinated quartz. Both of these are great for protection during travel. Interesting that we just touched on black tourmaline. This is quartz with black tourmaline running through it. And just as black tourmaline repels negative energy, in quartz, it helps to break up very old, stuck energy. That can be helpful for grounding and releasing lots of nervous energy and old emotional pain and even trauma from the past. So it could even be very early childhood or very recent or a little bit of both. It helps to, like, if you're doing any processing or trauma work and it feels like every time you start to pull that thread, everything comes out and it's hard to manage, this can hopefully help break those things up into smaller bite-sized pieces so you can work through it bit by bit. Lovely too for inviting in new opportunities for earning potential. So whether that's a new job, sort of a side job, a new passive revenue or income stream, tourmalinated quartz is helpful there. Lovely for protecting travelers, especially if by car, and breaking up scar tissue emotionally, physically, and in all ways. So that is tourmalinated quartz. So let's see, I'll put one here and one here. So all the best to you, Lila Ray. I hope that helps. Let me know if there's anything else I can do. Oh, and your kid has an audition tomorrow too. Okay, that's right. So let's do some sodalite and some sunstone. Sodalite helps with expression, and that includes music, speaking, dance, like however you bring yourself out there, it helps you express that. It's also lovely for relieving menopause symptoms, coming to terms with aspects around aging. It's really helpful for homesickness, and it also helps with grounding impulses. So that is sodalite. So I hope that that's supportive and helpful. Gertie just snoring away. And sunstone will really help with being recognized and standing out and being seen. Seen for everything that you are, seen for all of the different talents you bring to the table. It's almost like a big old spotlight. It also helps with any kind of phobias. It helps to relieve those. It brings lots of career opportunities if anyone's looking for a new job or some upward movement. And it helps too with marketing a small business, or if you're applying for jobs, it can help you to kind of stand out through all the other applicants. It also just helps expand your vision of yourself and your potential and what you feel is possible for yourself. So that is sunstone. I hope that that helps him. I hope he does super well. I hope everything goes super great and that you all around just have a good time too while you're doing all of this. So there you go. That's sunstone right there. Awesome. So all the best to you and your family. And you're welcome, Allie. And you're welcome, Valerie. And Flower, you're feeling kind of blah today? Yeah, I had a couple clients today that felt pretty blah too. Let's do some fuchsite. Let's bring in, first of all, we'll bring in fuchsite. This helps with having fun and allowing yourself to have fun just for the sake of fun and not for any reason of like, I should kind of have fun kind of thing. This is just allowing yourself that childlike ability to reconnect. It's lovely too for any kind of inner child work, as one might imagine. Lovely for carpal tunnel, spinal alignment, and even sleep issues. So that is fuchsite, the stone of fun. So let's put some here and here. Next, I'm gonna bring in some yellow calcite. This is one that we often bring in for things like energy boundaries and just boundaries in general. Also, this helps with encouraging you, basically everything with the solar plexus, who you are, where you're going, what you want to do, prioritizing yourself, and letting go of the need for approval of others and just going with what you feel is right for you. Trusting yourself. Great for self-identity issues, great for, like I mentioned before, boundaries, but also helps to really support self-confidence. And more than anything here, this is very helpful for optimism. So I feel like this is a very joy-filled stone and it brings a lot of bright, happy energy. So I think this might help you shake off the blahs a little bit. So that is yellow calcite. And here we go. And galena. Galena is lead for the most part, so definitely be careful with this one. This helps with energy protection, and it's also lovely for grounding and centering. It helps with gaining some healing insights on the physical body, and it's lovely for issues of the skin, especially like boils and cysts and even acne. Helpful too for disorders of the veins, the sense of smell, and also hair health and growth. But more than anything here, this is lovely for mental emotional transformation. But more than anything for you, I was thinking the grounding and centering. If sometimes when we feel a little discombobulated, it's hard to feel anything other than blah. This might kind of bring you together enough to be like, oh, now I feel like a little less blah. I feel a little bit more put together. Also helps with the return of lost and stolen items, and helps to favor the winnings of money. So yay. So let's put in some galena for you too. So there we go. That's galena. So I hope that that brings you some relief, flower. Lots of love to you, to Little Tree, and your whole crew. Ooh, good call. Good request, flower. So also, lepidolite's a really good call. Lepidolite, celestite. Polychrome is already in there. Let's grab some black onyx. Black onyx is helpful for grounding fear and anxiety. And it also helps us to relieve and kind of release a lot of self-doubt and allows us to feel a lot more self-esteem. Lovely too for connection to our angels, for spiritual and energetic protection, and for processing grief. Lovely too for keeping anyone at bay that would try to play any kind of mind games. But yeah, this is a lovely stone for protection and kind of like recentering any kind of fear or anxiety. There we go. So that is black onyx. Oh, look who woke up from their snoring nap. Look who did. Oh. Celestite helps with connection to our angels and our spirit guides, as well as our higher self. This is lovely for discernment as well. So that's, hey, I'm feeling this way, say nervous. And it's like, okay, is something triggering an old memory? Is this an intuition? Is this some sort of logic? Like, where is it coming from and why? This can help with that. Also helpful for shifting our experience of pain, because it works very much in the upper chakras, the upper spiritual centers, which brings our focus more to those factors. It brings our focus more to the interconnectedness and oneness of all things and our spiritual body. And of course, lepidolite, which is lithium mica. Yes, lithium, like the stuff in batteries and like the prescription medication. Yep, same stuff. This helps with calming, soothing, and understanding the emotions, as well as highlighting any kind of patterns or beliefs or even habits that are holding you back and causing pain rather than alleviating it. Lovely for discernment, especially around should I stay, should I go. Lovely for anything involving mental health too. Everything from codependency to obsessive thought, really anything at all. Lovely too for addiction, for healthy joints, and even some indications for weight loss here. So that is lepidolite. Definitely not one we're going to do direct infusions with. I never do direct stone infusions. And that, by the way, that means like if you're making a gem essence, like actually putting the stone in water and then drinking it, because lithium has really strong mental health attributes when ingested, but it can be paradoxical in some people. There's a reason it's still a prescription. So be careful. I know there's people on YouTube that will do that, but just because somebody on YouTube does it doesn't mean we should. I think we all know that by now. I hope we all know that by now. But very helpful and very easy to work with if you're just carrying it around. It's a lovely stone, and I hope it brings you some help and some relief. Good to see you, flower. And let's see. For Kanta, good to see you. Heal, balance, tune up the endocrine system. Dance time, playing with clothes, and other fun self-care. Ooh, definitely fuchsite all over the place. That's already in there. Tune up the endocrine system. Dance, fun, movement. Gotcha. So let's do... a really good one for hormone balance and endocrine is pink kunzite, which is already in here. I would put that in there if it wasn't already in there for you. Let's do... those three, and yeah, let's go with this. So we'll start with some tree agate. Tree agate is really, really balancing body, mind, and spirit. This is actually sacred in Ayurveda, which is the sister science to yoga. It helps with inner peace and also noticing, healing, and moving on from whatever might be holding us back, whether it's emotional, mental, what have you. Lovely too for kind of dissolving the ego, especially if it's out of balance. Helps with calming the physical nerves as well as the emotional. And in general, also helps with making new connections. So that is tree agate. But whatever might be out of balance on the physical, mental, or emotional levels, tree agate is thought to bring back into harmony. Another one that can be really helpful when it comes to hormones and things besides pink tourmaline, pink kunzite is pink tourmaline. So pink tourmaline helps with everything from migraines to neuralgia to anything gynecologic you can possibly think of, whether it's hormone and endocrine related, or if it is something like endometriosis or something that's like more physical presenting than hormone type presenting. This is also very helpful for every kind of hormone issue, including puberty. and it's lovely for muscle weakness and for dispelling any kind of negative self-image so that you can start to reframe how you see yourself in a more positive way, in a more healthy way. Helpful too for any kind of mother-baby bonding and even spinal injuries. So that's pink tourmaline. And another one that's helpful there is Unakite. Unakite is helpful for women at all stages of life, especially when it involves hormones and or childbirth, whether it's fertility. Yeah, so whether it's fertility, whether it's menopause or anything in between, before, after, this can be really helpful. Also helps with attracting good relationships. It's thought to be for good, healthy, like marriages. Wonderful too for metabolism and also the heart and circulation and body fluids, as well as things like addiction, especially quitting smoking. So that's Unakite. So I hope that that brings some support, some well-being, and all the best to you. And I definitely hope that that Fuchsite helps you with the just letting go and having fun and, you know, getting into your clothes, dancing around and having some self-care time. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, endocrine. That's how endocrine is pronounced. Yeah, English is so freaking weird. Yeah, you're in the Netherlands, correct? It's like Dutch and English are so close, but the things that are off about pronunciations or things that are different, it's like so much more pronounced by comparison. Yeah, I don't know what your first language was or anything, but yeah, and then also, of course, the English words I've never heard anyone say, but I've only ever read, and you don't know how they're pronounced until you're like listening to a podcast or someone talking, and you're like, oh, that's not how it sounded in my head. That happens to me a lot. Oh, Dell, for staying in the present moment, absolutely my favorite for that is Herkimer Diamond. Lovely for being in the present moment and for manifesting. And I feel like being in the present moment is the best place to be coming from when you're manifesting. It's like you're aware of where you're at, everything that's brought you to this point. You can reflect on it and then look forward. So it's not like you're constantly leapfrogging. So I hope that helps. Oh yeah, and hit that like button. Thank you for the reminder, Dell. Appreciate you. Dara, manifesting healing for woman parts and discernment. Oh good, we've got all of those already in here. So definitely discernment. I think we've got all the discernment ones. Maybe a little bit of... I can bring in one more for discernment, but we've got celestite for discernment and lepidolite. I'll also bring in blue kyanite. And for lady parts, definitely Unakite and pink tourmaline that we just put in. Really helpful for that. As well as moonstone, which is also in there. But let's bring in some blue kyanite. Blue kyanite helps with understanding the intuitive messages we receive. Everything from what we get in dreams to like that just knowingness to, you know, like big out loud connections from our spirit guides and our angels. This helps just with that understanding of what it all means. So that can help with discernment. It's also helpful with radical self-acceptance and loving yourself exactly as you are. Helps with certain types of neurological issues, especially around speech and mobility. Lovely for making healthy healing changes in your life overall. And it helps to harmonize like immature types of tendencies like spite and pettiness. So if anyone around you is tending towards that, hopefully this will encourage them to maybe knock it off a little. So that is blue kyanite. But yeah, it's something we've noticed here. I've been doing this for a few years, and to be honest, the synchronicity with people's requests is always really astonishing. No matter what day it is or what stream it is, the requests that come in tend to really harmonize with one another. Even though we might be the same people, we have the same themes showing up in our lives at the same time. So I hope that this helps, Dara, and welcome in. Oh, Del, there is pink kunzite in there. And let's see. Athena Nicole. Staying positive and optimistic. You got it. So let's do that. So staying positive and optimistic. So got a few of those stones, but let's also bring in some more. Awesome. So I've got a couple I think will be really helpful with that. So one of my favorites for that is Dalmatian jasper. This works by helping us release what's not serving. So basically we've got stones of optimism and like good stuff, happiness, with yellow calcite, with, to some extent, definitely fuchsite, definitely mookaite, aventurine. Yeah, we've got a lot of good positivity stones. So we have more or less what's left is like releasing what might be in the way of that, making some more room for that. Dalmatian jasper actually has black tourmaline in it, and these are the black tourmaline. Black tourmaline helps to repel negative energy. So this will actually help to deep clean your energy field and let go of what's not serving. It's lovely for releasing negativity of the past, including like past experiences, which invites you to feel a little bit less jaded or cynical. It can help with inviting in cooperation where in the past maybe there hasn't been great cooperation. But yeah, it's also great for digestive disorders, including really big ones too. But yeah, great for clearing energy. So that is Dalmatian jasper. So let's bring this in. There's also zoisite, helps with releasing negativity. And it's also one that helps relieve apathy and sluggishness. In general, it's like I always feel like a weight's been lifted. This is one that helps us to reconnect with nature too, which can be really restorative. Helps with encouraging you to face problems and setbacks and challenges. And it also helps to discourage things like procrastination. Helpful too for like tummy troubles as well. So that is zoisite. So let's go ahead and bring zoisite in here and here. There we go. I'm also going to bring in some amber. This helps with a myriad of things. So this helps, one, with depression and seasonal affective issues, but it also helps to soften our beliefs and attitudes and perspectives so that we can be a little bit more open-minded and mentally flexible. It helps with creativity, with attracting lasting love. It's thought to relieve tooth pain, and it's been used for thousands of years as a remedy for teething babies. Helpful too for relieving emotional blocks, as well as releasing negativity and providing lots of luck and protection. Helpful too for any kind of mental health stuff that might be going on as well. So that is amber. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in, I'm just going to bring that in here. There we go. Awesome. So we've got that. I hope that that helps, Athena. Oh, and Still Not Still. I think I skipped your request there. And also Dell's other request. Still Not Still. Can you get help with finding water you can actually drink? So far, I get around everything has fluoride, and that kind of makes you sick. The stone I would normally request for that would be anything with manifesting, but also shungite. Shungite is often used in water filters because it actually does absorb things that are not great for the human body. Not sure if it actually absorbs fluoride specifically. If you are looking into like a water filter system, I know the Berkey one is supposed to be helpful with that. I do need the fluoride, so for me it's not so much a concern, so I don't know much about it. But yeah, Berkey water filters are supposed to be helpful with that. And sometimes Whole Foods sells water, like where you can take in a big jug and refill it. But I would say shungite could help with that, as well as I'll bring in some manifestation quartz. Think of this as like the birthday candle in the grid. So whatever it is you're working on manifesting or asking the universe for help with, consider putting it right here into this crystal and asking the universe to lift it up and help answer that request. So I hope that that helps. Yeah, and all the best to you. I hope everything works out for you. Yeah, when I was traveling, I was doing some trainings for a while in Maryland. Yeah, Maryland, closer to Virginia. It was Sulphur Springs, and sulfur was in everything, and it was really kind of upsetting my stomach to a point too. And the smell was whatever. It didn't bother me as a smell, but like I could definitely tell I just didn't feel great using a lot of the well water and stuff. So I know what you mean. Sometimes water has something in it that just doesn't feel right, and you kind of have to listen to yourself. Yeah, so I hope that that helps. And for Dell, health, happiness, wealth, compassion, and to be in service to others. So we've got some really good health stones. We've got all the happiness stones. Let's bring in a stone for wealth. The best one for compassion is pink kunzite, which is in there, and to be in service to others. Let's bring in some chrysocolla. This helps with encouraging you to follow your soul's purpose and also helping you to make decisions that are most connected with your highest good. Lovely too for connecting with new creative methods and new creative means so that you can maybe get to know yourself a little better or express what's deep inside a little easier. So that's chrysocolla. So let's do lots of chrysocolla because this is such a beautiful stone. And for wealth, we will bring in some citrine, which helps with manifesting abundance, specifically around like money and resources. And it's lovely for balancing intuition with logic so that we can make decisions based in all of the best of both worlds. Helpful too for making good financial decisions, dealing with addictions and compulsions, and it's also thought helpful for nausea as well as fibromyalgia pain. So that is citrine. Put that there. Awesome. There we go. And let's see, I think I definitely left some behind that were on Chris's list. Rutilated. And if you have any other requests, go ahead and add them in now. Garnet, ruby, rhodonite. Apache tears and labradorite. You got it. Okay. Rutilated quartz helps with mental focus and also a good boost of energy, especially if you're just getting over having been sick or if you're just really run down, working a lot. This is also thought to be a lovely gift for anyone who is battling cancer. It's long been thought of a beautiful, kind of a beautiful intention behind a gift for the folks, because it's thought to send the intention of, I hope that the treatments you're getting are going to the places that most need it in the body, and I hope that you have all the energy you need to continue fighting. So that is rutilated quartz. So let's see. There we go. So that's rutilated. Black obsidian is an incredibly helpful stone for things like grief and trauma. And this is, even like physical shock, but whether that trauma is old, more recent, or recently reactivated and feels like it's right now. This helps us to process it. It helps us to release as much as we can, and it's highly, highly protective. It even helps pets who are nervous to kind of calm down. Lovely too for protection spiritually, physically, and even from things like gossip and spite and character attacks. And helpful too for releasing blocked grief so we can kind of deal with it. And for anyone who is making a shift in their life towards better relationships, especially if your past involves domestic violence. So that is black obsidian. There we go. And labradorite is lovely to help us get some better sleep. It's also lovely for clairvoyance, and that's our ability to connect to spiritual sight. That's the things that we see in our intuition. Lovely too for workplace harmony and discouraging disputes. It kind of provides that harmonious place. Lovely for research and study and detailed attention to like fine detail. So if you're working on your taxes this weekend, this can be helpful. If you are someone who does coding or programming or anything like that, or any kind of data science, this can be a really helpful stone, as can tiger eye. This also helps with enjoying travel. So that is labradorite. So there we go. Awesome. And awesome. You're so welcome, Still Not Still. Okay, cool. So for those of you who might be new, we're going to do the next stage and the next phase of things. I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is, how it works, and how to make the most of the session you're about to get. And then after that, we're going to transition into the healing. But before we do that, there's a way that you can help lift the energy of the space that you are in. And because we're all interconnected, it will help impact everyone else positively too. So just go ahead and take a moment and reflect on everything that you're grateful for, anything at all. And go ahead, and if you feel up to it, pop some of that in the chat. That is such a potent way to shift energy. And yeah. Oh, hey, Allie, what's going on? Can you have some crystals for mirror work, clearing and balancing? Oh no, I can totally put in another crystal. Crystal for mirror work, clearing and balance. Definitely for like looking at oneself in the mirror. I'm not sure if you're meaning mirror work like deflecting other people's stuff or looking within. If you're talking about looking within, we have Indigo Gabbro, which is really helpful for that. If it's like, hey gal, if it's like reflecting it outwardly, I would say like Jet. Jet is highly, highly protective. It's good for like protection from the paranormal, the evil eye, all of those things. Lovely too for grief, like really deep grief. It helps you to process that grief without like losing yourself in the grief. And it's also lovely for if anyone close to you or even an animal companion is approaching the end of their life, this can help hold that space for everyone. Looking for not repeating patterns. Gotcha. I can help with that. So let's bring this here and here. So this is good and protective. So the next one we will say to like not repeat patterns. Definitely Indigo Gabbro is still helpful for that. There's a few others in there that are, but let's bring in Peridot is really helpful for releasing what no longer serves the patterns and habits and tendencies that we have so that we can move forward a little bit more easily. Also helpful for dealing with things like depression and weight gain, and it's helpful for releasing things like guilt and jealousy and anger. Wonderful too for digestive health, especially if you have a real serious digestive issue. And just also helps with strengthening friendship ties, especially those really good friendships in your life. So that's Peridot. And so that will help. Oh, thank you, Gail. It's good to see you. Any other thing for habits and patterns? Definitely other things for habits and patterns and stopping those patterns. Moonstone for sure. As well as mahogany obsidian. Yeah, so you've got some good ones in there to help support you with that. Awesome. And I'll do the last one. And Diana, that's a lovely gratitude. I love it. Grateful for growing up in an area where there's less street noise. I totally get you. And this is Sujolite. So Sujolite helps us to connect with unity consciousness. That's the awareness of everyone and everything around us and how we are all interconnected. That what we put out into the world and the universe, we put out into ourselves. That where we hurt one, we hurt all. So this is lovely for connection to the crown chakra, even the third eye. But if there's a stone of like peace, that would be it. And for Diana, can you ask for help with calling in connection to people who are really authentic and loving and trustworthy? Absolutely. This is a great one for that. So this is honey calcite. Honey calcite helps us attract the best people into our lives right now, whether that's neighbors, colleagues, new friends, new romantic interests, people that are very balanced with us. And also a stone of honesty and integrity is lapis, which is here. So, but yeah, that can really also, tree agate can help with new connections too. So yeah, that's awesome. And also I have the manifestation stone here. So if there's anything else that you might think of, just go ahead and put the intention that what you're asking for be carried up in that manifestation quartz too. But I hope that helps, Diana, and thank you for being here. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get into explaining what Reiki is, how it works. Oh, thank you, Joanna. And then we're going to get into the healing. So thank you, everyone that set an intention and helped to inspire this beautiful grid. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name's Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I'm so glad to have you here with me today. If you're new here, go ahead, click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself. You can also go ahead and hit that like button and or that subscribe button with the notification on. I'm here 5 days a week, same 5 days, same times every one of those days. The schedule is listed in the description below, but if you hit the subscribe button and notifications, hopefully you'll get a notification to let you know when I am live. So what is, and by the way, if you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you'd like to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description, as are all my social medias and my email newsletter, so you don't miss out on a single opportunity. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki's become more or less a catch-all term for energy healing in the West, but specifically I work with what's known as Usui Reiki, which was named after this method's founder, Mikao Usui, and he created this method in the early 1920s in Japan. At that time in history, if you were teaching anything that could even be misattributed to a religion, big consequences indeed. So this is a deeply spiritual practice, yet completely secular. And I think that's why we love it in the West so much. So essentially the concept of energy at the foundation of Usui's practice comes to us from Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which it's thought that everyone and everything is interconnected and inextricably linked. And it's thought that spirit, in this case, however you define it, provides this beautiful soul-affirming energy that supports you body, mind, and spirit. And it actually supports your body, mind, and spirit every day to do all of the things that they normally do for us, which is everything from the regular day-to-day resilience and healing that we need to just keep on going. Essentially, during this session, what I'll do is use Usui's techniques to connect to that energy that's already flowing through all of us and direct more of it to you. And your body, mind, and spirit will then be able to utilize that energy for whatever is in your greatest good. So during the session, you don't need to do anything. Basically, like, how do you get the energy? Well, just be open to it. And by being here, you already are. So you're already doing it. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. I generally invite folks to find a nice spot that feels comfortable, whether they're sitting up or laying down. You can close your eyes and just relax, or you can combine this time with anything else that feels important to you, like stretching, yoga, journaling, card reading for yourself, really anything that feels right. There's no wrong way to enjoy this time. And during the session, you may feel some physical sensations. You may have some emotions rise up or get released. Mentally, you may be able to logic your way through some things that have been really, kind of difficult to sort through. And on the spiritual side, you may get some intuitions, some clarity, some epiphanies. You may also have a lovely nap that is highly encouraged. You don't have to stay awake for this to help. And generally during the session, if you need to get up or get anything, go right ahead. At any point, if you feel like you want to go a little deeper into the session, or if you get distracted, just take a deep breath in and out at your own pace, and it'll bring you a little bit deeper into the session. During the session, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they move slowly and gently through several different colors. At no point will they flash or strobe. And I will turn the music up, which means that you will get to enjoy the lovely melodies that are here for you, which were purchased from an actual musician with rights to play them on stream, which for those of you who've been able to provide any support for the stream or purchase crystals or anything, part of that goes to paying an actual musician to actually write music, which just feels so much better in the day of AI, right? And so you can learn more about our musical creator. At the bottom of the description, you can see a link to her channel so you can enjoy her music anytime you like. So I will send this healing to all of you wherever you are and whenever you're watching this for 25 minutes. And at the end, you'll hear my voice come in. I'll invite you to take a deep breath in and out and slowly come back. At that time, I'll be able to answer any questions in the chat. I'll be able to hear out any insights or anything that came up during your session if you feel inclined to share. And then we'll head on and have a lovely day. There is a second stream just like this one later on tonight starting at 8 p.m. So you can join us for that. And I have the next stream after that is Sunday at 8 p.m. The whole schedule is listed in the description, so you can go ahead and check that out. And definitely hit that like button if you have not already. So let's go ahead and take another close look at that grid and get into the healing. Ooh, pretty. Let's organize a little bit. Hey, Catherine, welcome in. Oh, thank you, Diana. Lots of love to you. Yeah, for those of you moving and getting settled, I moved in 6 months ago, and I'm just working on putting up all of my art on the walls this weekend. You do the best you can. Let's see. I'm going to move this in just to make it a little bit more. There we go. Well done, everyone. Thank you for inspiring this grid. Nice. Okay, cool. So everybody go ahead, get nice and relaxed, get nice and cozy, take a deep breath in or out. Slowly allow yourself to come into the Reiki. I'll send you also, by the way, know that Reiki is not limited by my human experience. So whenever you're watching this video, the energy will be there for you. And for those of you who are live, if you ever feel like you need some Reiki and I'm not live, check out the past healing live stream playlist. There's hundreds of videos for you to enjoy whenever you need them. You can even fast forward to the beginning of the session if you'd like, and just enjoy when you feel like you need it most. So thanks again for being here and enjoy your session. invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Move your fingers and toes if you need. If you have any questions or anything to share, go ahead and pop it in the chat. And thank you so much for being here. As a reminder, the next stream is at 8 p.m. tonight, and then again at 8 p.m. Sunday. And our regular schedule also includes Tuesdays at 8 p.m. and Wednesdays at 4 p.m. The entire schedule is linked in the description, and all of those times are East Coast US. You're welcome, Still Not Still. You're welcome, Chris. Lots of love to you and Eva. You're welcome, Flower. You're welcome, JS. So if that's all for now, unless anyone has any questions or anything to share. Oh, there you are, Del. And Diana. Oh, Diana, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Del. I'm glad it was helpful, and may we all walk in beauty. Lots of love to you and Lori. Wonderful. We'll definitely go ahead, hit that like button on the way out. I will be back at 8 p.m. East Coast US time this evening, and again on Sunday at that same time, 8 p.m. East Coast US. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I hope to see you again soon, and bye for now.